So we'll just go straight into questions. So, you know, what business do you run now?
I run a business that does lead generation. It's digital marketing.
And do you run one business? Have you run previous businesses before?
I have run multiple businesses. I started out as an IFA, and I built a business with about 30 people on average. At the peak, it had 50. I had 50 employees with about 350 million quid of asset under management. It was my first business. Absolutely incredible. And the beauty of that business is my business partner was mentoring me. After that, I set up a digital marketing business that I grew to about 25 employees, turning 1.8 million quid. And I sold my shares on that one. I've always been dabbling right and left, having different businesses. As a matter of fact, today, I've sold a flat. And the money, and it's settled today, so the money's in my account. Absolutely delighted. So I've always got things on business I make where I make regular money is digital marketing.
Would you say throughout your whole life you've always been entrepreneurial?
Not at all. That's
Really?
a great question. No, I never thought I'd be an entrepreneur. I never thought I'd start my own business. I was a fund manager working in the trading room when in 2008 when the crash happened, and I did not want to go to London, and I needed to kind of find something up here in Scotland. And this is where I started working as an IFA, and an opportunity appeared for me to buy the business. Had this not happened, I probably wouldn't be running my own business. But I would have missed so much, because it is so much fun and so gratifying to run your own business that you don't know what you're missing till you actually do it. So you've got to go out there and really put your balls on the table. And then, but the rewards is absolutely fantastic. The freedom that you get to be able to live and die by your decision. If you make the wrong decision, it doesn't matter, because it's experience that's coming in for the next time.
So that leads me on to my next question is, you know, I think when people look at getting into business, they look at like the end result, and exactly what you said, like the freedom of choice, the financial gains as well. But naturally, there's always going to be setbacks along the way. So, what is your mindset into when you have a setback? How do you overcome them?
Well, the beauty of running your business is you realize how many ways there are to make money, and what the opportunities are out there. So, even if there is a setback, you will find another niche where you can make money. I see running as a business as a journey rather than an end result.
So, you mentioned having a mentor to get into your first business. How did you find that mentor?
Okay, that's a good question. The first business was actually a bit of a fluke. Now looking back, and the fact that I was very lucky that I had that mentor, and that he showed me how to do things. I think that the most important thing is having somebody that you can bounce ideas off of, and that will tell you the right answer, and that's actually looking to help you. So there will be people around, and there are loads of people that are trying to help and that have got loads of experience in business, and they're happy to give their advice. You meet loads of people in business, and there are people you will get along well with, and other people you won't. The ones you get along well with, make sure that if you want them to become a mentor, make sure that you want to become like that. That's the most important thing. Currently, I've got 2 or 3 different mentors, and every time I've got an issue, I pick up the phone and I speak to them. Some of the mentors that are exceptionally good at negotiating. So for what I will do is I will be very close to them whenever I need to negotiate something. There are other people that are very good at a business strategy. And I will speak to them. I wouldn't say I have one mentor for everything, but I've got multiple mentors depending on what my issue is.
You know, my business attracts quite a lot of young people, and I think a lot of the time the mistake they make is they have one person to mentor them on every aspect of their life. Do you know what I mean? So you know, I've got mentors in business. I haven't got any kids yet, but when I do, I'll definitely ask my parents for advice, because I think they don't.
Is Becca next to you?
She's in the kitchen. Yeah, she's in the kitchen. But yeah, I think that's what a lot of people make the mistake on, is they take opinions from people that haven't got the same goals, and they haven't got the same results as what that person desires. So I think that's really important. So do you think having a mentor something that you 100% need getting into business, or do you think people can do it off their own back?
I think you can do it off your own back. I think it will take more time, more energy, and more mistakes.
Yeah.
But you can definitely do it. The mentor just helps you, guides you, and you'll still make mistakes, and you'll still challenge your mentor, or you'll still think you're better than everyone else. But then you realize you were wrong, and bit by bit, the credibility of your mentor goes up, and bit by bit, you start listening, and you become more humble, and you listen to what they say. So yeah, you can do it, but a mentor just saves so much energy, and it's there for the taking. So just go and get a mentor.
Sure. We spoke about it. Everyone desires the end result of what running a business can give you. Do you think everyone's cut out for it though?
That's a very good question, Matt. No, not everyone's cut out for it. The running a business is extremely difficult and extremely hard in terms of hours, in terms of work, in terms of focus. You need to have an end goal, and you need to put the effort to achieve that end goal. I've got loads of friends that are entrepreneurs, and I've got loads of friends that are employed. And the difference is the employed at 5 o'clock, it's over. They go home, and they don't think about work till the next day. As an entrepreneur, you're always thinking, and there is very, very, especially at the beginning, very few rest days. You're always thinking, you're always trying to achieve that goal, and it becomes an obsession. If you don't have that goal and that need and that requirement that you want to achieve and be an achiever, then no, you shouldn't be an entrepreneur.
What traits do you think someone needs to adopt in order to run a business?
Most important trait, I believe, is communication. You need to be able to communicate to your employees, your staff, your clients. You become a jack of all trades. It's all about productivity. An hour that you spend trying to explain to your banker what you need is an hour that you've wasted if you can explain it in 2 minutes. The second part that is ultra important is teamwork. You learn to rely on other people, and they need to rely on you. So what that means is you need to be accountable. If you say you're going to do something, you need to do it. You have no choice. Third part, which is really important, is leadership. Leadership, you need to know your end goal and where you're going and how you want to get there, so you can communicate this to your other team members. Leadership is so important.
The last question, I didn't actually have this written down, but I'm going to ask anyway. Getting into business, there can be a lot of fear, and I wouldn't go as far as anxiety, but you're kind of stepping in.
I would say anxiety.
you're kind of stepping into the unknown. So, and I know a lot of people really struggle with that, and it does take over. What advice would you give someone to deal with that emotion of fear and anxiety?
That's a very good question. I think every situation is very different, and it all depends on your personal circumstances. There's always going to be a time in every entrepreneur's life when you're going to be against the wall, where you'll have this doubt that says, do I keep going? Do I not keep going? Is it better to go back to being employed, or to go to being employed and all that stress goes away, or not? I always check the entrepreneurs that are very successful. What do? They've worked really hard, but then they reap the fruit of their labor. They get to go on the best cruises in the world, the best trips. If they want to go to the best restaurants, they do. The beauty of being an entrepreneur is you're not capped in terms of financial gain. You can always earn more money. Like my friends that are employed are always saying, oh, I got a raise for 3%, 4%. Whoopee, 3%, go get one client. You'll make 30% more, 40%. It's about expectations. Just see by working harder how much more you will get. And you will fail, but then put it down to experience and do it again. And you will fail again, put it down to experience. And eventually you'll get it. And just about keeping going and believing in yourself.
That's funny you say that, because I was talking to Irvin, must have been months ago, and he was saying there's no such thing as failure until you quit.
Oh, there you go.
Which is true, right? Which is true.
Yeah. Keep going. Always keep going. Dust yourself off and keep going.
That's all I've got.
Cool.
Those answers were amazing.
But they're good, yeah.
Yeah, so really appreciate it.